Hi everyone, my name's Pan. Welcome to another edition of Bluebird Corner, the Cardiff City fans podcast. So today we'll look forward to City's next League One home game against Bolton Wanderers this Saturday, 12:30 kickoff. It's second versus fourth. It's the Bluebirds versus the Wanderers. It should be a very interesting game. So we'll look forward to this in detail. City have played Bolton Wanderers 69 times. We've won 26, drawn 14. As you remember, the last time we played Bolton was away, and we lost 1-0. I think in the last few moments, Koza Dewberry on loan from Chelsea, I think a 25-yard screamer. That was a very disappointing end to that game. The last time before that we beat them was in 2018. We beat them 2-0. We haven't really got a great record against Bolton. Our biggest win actually was going back to 1923 when we won 3-2. And in the 60s, Bolton Wanderers were a dominant force and they dominated the fixture against Cardiff City, winning 5-2 at our place and 6-3 at home. Now, some players that you will know that played for Cardiff City and Bolton Wanderers include Nathan Blake, Andrew Taylor, Noon, and Adam Lafond, J. Lloyd Samuels, Sammy Amiobi, Kevin McNaughton, and Josh McGuinness. And famous players who played for Bolton, I think the most famous, as you will know, is Nat Lofthouse, but some really big names have played for Bolton in their time. JJ Okochu was one of their best. John McGinley, Sam Allardyce, Kevin Davis, Kevin Nolan, and also Frank Worthington was there. Now, City, as we know, have been out of form in the form table in the last 6 games. We are 17th, but Bolton aren't doing that much better, really. They're 12th. So Bolton are going to come into our place wanting to win without question, because I'm pretty sure if City get a draw, then really we're in the box seat, because we've got those 2 home games against Northampton and Port Vale, and win those, and that'll be enough. Never mind what Bradford and Bolton Wanderers do. Now, Bolton are managed by Stephen Schumacher, the former Plymouth manager, and he took over in January the year before last, and he's done really well to get them in a strong position. They've certainly improved the last few weeks, and their record actually in sort of around about January time is pretty good. The last 15 games, they've only lost 1. A lot of those games they've actually drawn. They've drawn 7. They're one of those sides that are difficult to play against defensively. And what we'll do, we'll have a look at the teams who are likely to start on Saturday, and then look at predictions as well. Bolton, they're in a very strong position where they are, but as I said, they're going to need to really win their remaining games, I think, to stand a chance again as automatically promoted. City, what can we say about ourselves? 2 wins in 8 games. I saw a stat the other day, I think someone sent it to me, and it was about the fact that before we played Lincoln, I think it was the 26th of February, we were 2 points, we were actually sort of 4 points clear of Lincoln. And since then, there's been like a 16-point turnaround. And in our last 6 games, believe it or not, we've had 126 shots and we've scored 6 goals. So that's an average of 21 shots before we score. And I think all City fans are aware that since Ruben Colwill has come back, it's obvious to everyone that, having 2 10s in the side in Kellyman and Colwill, it doesn't work, and BBM really needs to change it if we're going to get some wins. Really speaking, I can't see, if you look back to the Bolton game as well away, we actually only had 4 shots, which I think is our lowest amount of shots this season. And that's a concern. Ruben Colwill was captain that day. Turnbull was in the side as well. And Salek was up front. So, we need to make some changes for this game. Disappointing, wasn't it, at Peterborough to come away with just a draw after 29 shots and only 1 goal. When really we should have won that game quite comfortably. But we're looking at it as well. Peterborough had 2 or 3 really good opportunities and could have easily won the game. So we were lucky to get a draw in some ways. As for team news for this game, well, City, as I said, will go with trotting goals, NG and Bagan as the fullbacks. Fish will be in there. And I think Lawler has got a toe injury, but it's only a bruising. And we expect him to play. I think Chambers went off with a slight knock, but he was skinned by Shocker Walker, the Peterborough right back. And I think really Lawler should play with Fish if able to. Wintle, obviously, man of the match against Peterborough for us, is the 6. I'd probably go with Tanner and Astrid on the wings. Robertson must start instead of Turnbull. Personally, I would go for Salek to start with Ruben Colwill or Kellyman. I mean, I think he's going to go Ruben Colwill. Personally, I think Kellyman as the 10 would be my choice. But he may well not even start Salek for this one again. And I just think if it's Kellyman and Ruben Colwill again, you know, that would get me worried. I think, City fans, they've seen enough the last few weeks that, if we start poorly and, it wouldn't surprise me if some fans get on the back of one or two of the players, which would be disappointing. But, I could see that coming. As for Bolton, they go for 4-2-3-1. Bannon's in goal. Conway, Farino, Toll is the captain. Ossie, Tutu. Dempsey, Sheehan is the Welsh international, as you know. Sissoko is highly rated at Bolton. Dolby is the ex-Wrexham player, did well on loan at Dundee United. Apter is a winger, and Kenny is on loan from Celtic. I think he's got 3 goals in 10 games. Don't really see much of him in a game, but he has got an eye for a goal. And the real concern for Cardiff City is Koza Dewberry, as I said, who scored the winner against City at Bolton, is back after being out for a number of weeks, I think 10 weeks plus, with a knee issue. And he came on as a sub in the last game, which was a 2-2 draw at home to Stockport County. So that's a real concern for us. That wouldn't surprise me if Koza Dewberry is on the bench and he comes on second half, the Chelsea loanee. So, yeah, it's going to be a good crowd. I think Bolton are going to bring down 2,003 to 2,500 fans, expecting 23 to 25,000 at the CCS. Should be a good atmosphere. And my view is on this one that we just mustn't lose. I mean, a lot of City fans are saying we've got to win this game. But my view is a draw. And I think, that's okay because it's one less game. Bolton don't close the gap. And if we do, as I said, which I think we will, beat Port Vale and Northampton, they will further down anyway, then that will be enough, and we wouldn't have to worry about Reading, Huddersfield or Mansfield getting anything there. So I'm confident that we'll still go up, but this game, if we did lose it, that would be a real concern. But I think City fans are saying we've got to win. A lot of fans are saying just make sure we don't lose, and I think I'm in the middle there. It'd be great to hear thoughts about this one. What do you think about Kellyman and Ruben Colwill? Would you play both of them this Saturday? Which one would you play if you drop one? Do you think Salek's got to start? Are you happy with Tanner and Astrid on the wings? Is Willickworth coming back? I know he played at Bolton. And do you really feel that Lawler should be back if he's fit in that defence? Really great to hear your thoughts and what you think the score will be this Saturday. We'll do a podcast, obviously, after the match as well, discussing the game. So thanks very much for watching Bluebird Corner, and we shall see you soon. Take care.